everyone! My name is Maki. I've come from Japan to share with you the greatness of the Gundam series. Today, the mobile suit I'll be explaining is right here. It's the Ginn, a mass production mobile suit of the soft forces that appears in Gundam Seed. Does it seem like just a supporting character? No, that's not the case at all. It's a significant presence that has left its mark on the history of the world of Gundam Seed. And it is also a very powerful mobile suit that plays a major role militarily. So, let's work hard and study the Ginn together today. For the sake of Saft, the Ginn is the first mass-produced general-purpose mobile suit for humanity. The model number ZGMF stands for Zero Gravity Maneuver Fighter, signifying a maneuverable combat craft for zero gravity environments. Let's explore how the Ginn came into being. The precursor to the Ginn was an exoskeletal, auxiliary-powered spacesuit mounted on George Grant's Jupiter exploration ship, a man known as the first coordinator. It's akin to us humans wearing thick clothing to protect against the cold. It was used with the same sensibility as putting on clothes. This spacesuit was later refined, evolving into a working machine equipped with legs for smooth operations on rough terrain and arms for carrying. Developed for peace, these entities underwent a terrifying evolution due to the conflict between Nottles and coordinators first. The prototype of a new mobile weapon, known as Saft, was completed in CE 65 2 years later. The mass-produced Ginn was finished. It looked different from the Ginn I just introduced from this state. The Ginn was further improved, resulting in the officially adopted model. The earlier version was named Proto-Ginn and used for pilot training and as working machinery. Saft's technical team required the mobile suit to have three features: the firepower of a battleship, the defensive power of a tank, and the mobility of a fighter. There was a reason for this requirement. Coordinators born through genetic manipulation had superior abilities compared to Nottles, who are naturally occurring beings. However, their population was overwhelmingly smaller. Therefore, they needed to respond to various situations with fewer personnel and weapons. Also, minimizing the number of pilots in mobile weapons reduced human loss when they were defeated. The completed Ginn was an incredibly powerful weapon, demonstrating 3 or even 5 times the firepower compared to Earth Alliance's primary weapon, the mobile armor. This advantage in combat ability allows Saft to fight on equal or better terms against the vastly larger Earth Alliance forces. Interestingly, the structure of the Ginn combined and applied existing technology, rather than being a new invention. Therefore, mechanical analysis and imitation were not particularly difficult. In the Orb Union, it was even possible to create a direct copy. Orb's acquired data on the Ginn was later applied to Earth Alliance's mobile suit development. However, proper operation was not simple. Even if mechanically basic, the control system required advanced reflexes, motor skills, judgment, and recognition. Even coordinators with their superior abilities could not pilot it without rigorous training. Ginn exhibits extremely high mobility thanks to thrusters positioned all over its body, particularly the large thrusters on its back. Since whereas mobile armors and battleships were defeated due to its mobility were impressive. The crest-like part on its head, named Sensor Array, also leaves an impression. This composite device of various sensors, including the low-light level TV, enabling image capture in low-light spaces, plays a vital role in places like outer space. Zaft's performed remarkably, witnessing its success. Zaft's leadership decided to center their entire military around mobile suits. This led to their conventional weaponry, like aircraft and naval ships, falling behind the Earth Alliance, creating a disadvantage. However, for Zaft, with its overwhelmingly smaller population, developing multiple fields was indeed difficult, so this decision might not have been wrong. Interestingly, there is a motif for the Zen in the real world of design. It's influenced by the bug from the Gundam series G Savior. It's famous that Zaku Warrior in Gundam Sea Destiny was inspired by the original Gundam Zaku. In fact, Ginn is also a mobile suit design influenced by the Universal Century world of the original Gundam. Let's take a look at the weapons equipped by the Ginn. Due to the Zaft military's demand for weaponry that could adapt to any battlefield, various armaments exist. First up is the 76mm heavy assault machine gun. In fact, it's a simple design, merely scaled up to a size the Ginn can handle, based on Zaft's standard issue assault rifle for infantry. This was an attempt to ensure the weapon's reliability by using existing technology. The Earth Alliance's Eagle's Down Vulcan gun mounted on their mobile suits was produced with the same philosophy. It's said that Nautilus and coordinators can have the same thoughts and yet choose war as a means. It's also distinctive that you can choose between semi-auto, which excels in precision shooting, and full auto, which excels in rapid-fire attacks. The scene where Ginn, piloted by Miguel Lyman in its first battle with Stry Gundam, uses semi-auto is impressive. It successfully scores direct hits on Stry Gundam multiple times. The Ginn, leveraging its high mobility, destroyed many of the Earth Alliance's weapons. There are many scenes depicted where Earth tanks are destroyed in a single strike. It even has the power to affect strike daggers, Earth's mobile suits introduced in the latter part of the story. In the show, machines equipped with spare ammunition clips on their hips also appear. Next is the Heavy Sun-Eater. This sword is manufactured using the same technology used in the armor of Zaft's Lorgia-class battleships. With a blade made from highly advanced molecular processing techniques, it has enough power to easily cleave standard armor. There are also scenes where it slices strike dagger in two with a single strike. However, some sources describe it as a weapon that uses its weight for attacking, so its sharpness is not very high. Logel in Gundam Stray has discontinued its use for this reason. When compared to a beam saber, its sharpness is indeed inferior. When clashing with a beam saber, it ends up in a one-sided defeat. But it does have the advantage of consuming less energy. The energy efficiency aspect was considered in the creation of Stry Gundam's Armor Schneider. Next is the Short-Range Guided Missile Launcher. This weapon is named Canis, which means dart in Latin. It's an armament intended to destroy fortresses and large battleships. It's also sometimes referred to as Type D equipment. Equipped with 4 large missiles and several small ones, it's a bit too heavy and reduces mobility. Raoul Creek had the Ginn use Type D equipment when attacking Stry Gundam and Archangel in Heliopolis. His subordinates were surprised to see the Type D equipment used against a single mobile suit and a battleship. As a result, the Type D equipment became one of the causes of the collapse of the space colony Heliopolis. This incident intensified the war between Nautilus and coordinators. Next is the triple-barreled short-range guided missile launcher. This weapon is named Pardus, which means leopard in Latin. It's a triple-barreled missile pod mounted on the leg of the Ginn, with a slight guidance capability. In the world of Gundam Seed, neutron jammers interfere with radio waves and infrared rays, so guided weapons do not function properly. However, by synchronizing with the Ginn's radar, this weapon does exhibit some degree of guidance. It's referred to as the D-type equipment when combined with the Canis, but there are many scenes where Pardus is used on its own. As it allows free use of both arms, the mobility of the mobile suit can be fully utilized. The manual included with the Master Grade Gunpla released in 2021 states that there are also handheld attachments for this equipment. This weapon is also an homage to the equipment of the Zokhu from the original Gundam. Next is the special heavy particle cannon. It's named Varus, which means elephant in Latin. Varus is a beam weapon designed for fortress combat. The beam rifles, equipped by the Earth Alliance's GT-X series, were an innovative technology. But Zaft was also developing beam weapons for mobile suits. However, compared to beam rifles, it's a weaker weapon in reality. In the series, it's defended against even at close range by Soulstrike Gundam's shield. Unlike the GAT-X series beam rifles, which draw energy from the mobile suit itself, it uses cartridges. One cartridge only allows for 3 shots, which is also a drawback. Although a weak weapon compared to beam rifles, it has the characteristic features of beam weapons, including extremely high bullet speed and heat. As a result, it has a powerful attack against large structures and inflicted fatal damage to the structure of Space Colony Heliopolis. Varus's technology evolves when combined with the captured GAT-X series technology. Its technology is applied in weapons like Justice Gundam's Fortis beam cannon and Providence Gundam's Judean beam rifle. Next is the 500mm recoilless cannon. It's named Catus, meaning cat in Latin. This weapon is mainly used in anti-ship warfare. Its low bullet speed makes it inherently unsuitable for fast-moving mobile suits. However, combined with Ginn's mobility, it exhibits remarkable performance. Scenes are depicted in the series where a Ginn, having grappled with the mobile armor, destroys it with Catus. The warheads can be switched with torpedoes, armor-piercing shells, etc. That covers most of the equipment. But there are other armaments as well. First is the 115mm railgun Shiver. It's a weapon equipped on the Duo's assault shroud, but was originally Ginn's equipment. It was reopposed when adding additional equipment to the damaged Duo Gundam. Surprisingly, there are also scenes where a sniper rifle is equipped. This is a large rifle used by the Ginn long-range reconnaissance type. It was equipped by Ginns attacking the Archangel during the Alaska base assault. This weapon is essentially for precision shooting. Using it in a charge against a battleship is contrary to its original purpose. From the appearance of this Ginn, you can understand that Zaft is putting in every possible effort. As can be understood from this sniper rifle, the basic weapons used by mobile suits are likely to be usable. This kind of setting expands the imagination when playing with plastic models, etc., and is one of the excellent points of Ginn. There are many scenes where the Ginn shines. As a mass-produced mobile suit, it excels on all fronts in battle. Surprisingly, the first unit to appear in the promotional video for the latest film, Gundam Seek Freedom, is also the Ginn. In this article, I will introduce particularly memorable scenes. First, it is the first ever mobile suit combat in the world of Gundam Seed. It is a battle that will be remembered in history. This is the battle with the Zaft army, who came to seize the Earth Alliance's GTX series. The pilot of the Ginn is Miguel Ayman. He is not one of the elite in the red uniform. However, he is granted the privilege to customize his unit after achieving significant results on the battlefield. Surprisingly, the Zaft Space Fortress Ball as appearing in the latter half of the story is a resource satellite he seized. His placement in the elite team, the Lucree team, gives you an understanding of his ability. He's deploying in a regular Zen as he damaged his custom unit in a previous mission. Zen swinging a heavy blade at Strike Gundam, but it's deflected by the phase shift armor. Miguel believes that even though the phase shift armor is strong, repeated attacks can destroy it. His judgment proves correct, and later on Zaft's Andrew Waldfeld comes to the same conclusion. Miguel discovered this fact in a single clash. Miguel continues to attack but falls over due to a tackle from Kiro Yamamoto. He quickly tries to regain his stance and attack, but Strike Gundam piloted by Kiro executes a counterattack. Miguel is surprised by the suddenly smooth movements of Strike Gundam and is hit directly by a punch. This scene is strikingly expressed, much like the original Gundam attacking a Zaku. The Ginn is disabled by Strike Gundam's armor Schneider. Realizing further combat is impossible, Miguel promptly activates the self-destruct mechanism. He attempts to destroy Strike Gundam with the Ginn self-destruct device meant for maintaining confidentiality. Creed and the others are shocked by Miguel losing his Ginn. If the enemy is strong enough to take down Miguel's unit, they decide that they need to defeat it quickly. So, Miguel goes out again in another Ginn, this time equipped with the beam weapon Ballos. Why did he choose the Ballos, a large and unwieldy weapon? At this point, Creed states, extraction of the GATX series data is complete. Analysis of the data is likely not done. Incredibly, Miguel has deduced from the first battle that beam weapons are necessary against phase shift armor. Known within Zaft as the Twilight Mech Bullet, he makes the right choice of shooting weapons. Miguel's Ginn, fighting Soul Strike Gundam, has its Ballos beam deflected by Strike's shield. Furthermore, stray shots start to collapse Heliopolis. Kira attacks the Ginn with all his might to stop the collapse of Heliopolis. Miguel's Ginn has its legs destroyed by a beam boomerang's erratic path, and finally its torso severed, leading to defeat. This result was terrifying for Zaft. At this point, Zaft thought that the mobile suit was piloted by a natural. The fact that the pirate was the coordinator Kiro only reached Zaft later. The information that the natural piloted mobile suit defeated him, piloted by an ace pilot, shocked Zaft. It further strengthened the opinions of Zaft's warhawks, such as Patrick Zoller. The result was very convenient for one man. A man who hated humanity, intending to intensify the war and lead all of humanity to destruction, was in Zaft's ranks. That concludes the explanation of the Ginn. It is the first great mobile suit in the world of cosmic era. The theme of human adaptation to the environment through mechanical body augmentation is a subject frequently used in the Gundam series also. The technology that was supposed to create a glorious human history often results in many tragedies. Indeed, the Ginn was intended as the first Gundam of the 21st century in Gundam Seed, serving the role akin to that of the Zaku. What part of the Ginn do you like? I think the large thrusters on its back are very cute. The heavy sword also looks cool, as if it belongs in a fantasy world. Please let me know in the comments. Lastly, I have some important information for you. You will be participating in the Heliopolis GTX series hijacking operation. The mobile suit you will be given is, of course, the Ginn. By hitting the channel subscription button, you will be able to equip the Bear and Kai Heavy Particle Cannon. Pressing the like button allows you to equip the cannon's short-range guided missile launcher. And by hitting the bell button, you can equip the Caddis 500mm Insta-Recoilless rifle and head into battle. Of course, you can equip them all if you like. Too heavy to equip, there's no such thing. You are a chosen coordinator. Nothing is impossible. Let's show the foolish Knuckles the power of evolved humanity. See you in the next episode.